There are many mysteries and breathtaking wonders in our world. However, today we'll be looking at some of the most fascinating and strange locations you've ever heard of. Here are a few of the most eerie places on Earth. Kazakhstan Pentagram. The rise of satellite imaging has allowed us to explore enigmatic locations from the comfort of our homes. A Google Earth picture of a circle and five-pointed star carved into the dry terrain in a remote area of Kazakhstan went viral online in 2009. This alarming pentagram is not only over 1,200 feet in circumference, but it is also eerily remote. Lysychovsk, the closest city, is more than 12 miles distant. Given the widespread recognition of the twisted pentagram as a highly malevolent sign linked to the occult sigil of Baphomet, which is in use by numerous satanic groups, numerous internet conjectures suggest that nearby cults may be using the website for malicious rituals. Local sources counter that it's really just the layout of a harmless park around the lake. Star symbols were often used for decorating buildings, flags, and monuments throughout the former Soviet Union, which included Kazakhstan until its independence in 1991. The star-shaped walkways in the park were probably put in place by the Soviets, who then left them once the Soviet Union fell. Dead Vly. Our next odd site has riddles that go back more than 650 years, but the targets of strange incidents in the Bermuda Triangle go back to the 1950s. Dead Vly, an arid alien landscape, is located inside the massive red sand dunes of the Namib Naukluft National Park in central Namibia. This bone-dry stretch, oddly enough, has a creepy cemetery of black and camel thorn trees that are thought to have perished some 650 years ago. How, though, did these tree-like skeletons manage to survive in such a desolate wasteland? And what magical force is sustaining their position? The actual explanations for these eerie constructions' survival can be found in the region's geological past, despite the appearance that some sort of ancient desert curse is keeping them standing. When the neighboring Saushab River overflowed due to rainfall approximately 900 years ago, Dead Vly was submerged. The water helped the camel thorn trees thrive, but as the temperature changed and the dune began to cut off the river water supply to Dead Vly, the trees and the white clay dried up and died. The trees are destined to burn black under the intense desert sun because there isn't even enough moisture in the area for the wood to rot. Mir Mine. In the eastern Russian town of Mir Mine stands this strange gaping crater. The enormous chasm, which goes by the name Mir Mine, is approximately 700 feet deep and about 4,000 feet wide. From 1957 until 2001, it was used as an open-pit diamond mine. The strange thing is that the airspace just above the hole has an enigmatic no-fly zone imposed upon it. However, why? Unbelievably, there is a claim that the vast abyss has the ability to draw passing airplanes down into its empty depths and out of the sky. But how exactly? The ground will warm the air inside a hole if it is deep enough. There is a lot of movement caused by the great temperature differential between the air inside the Mir Mine pit and the air above ground because hot air has a lower density and rises while cold air is more densely packed and sinks. A jet in flight would receive less lift from the warmer, less dense air coming from the Mir Mine than it would from the cooler air it had been traveling through earlier. The plane can lose a lot of altitude and fall into the mine because of the abrupt decrease in temperature. Impossible Forest. There's a bewildering grove of 400 twisted pine trees in the Polish area of Pomerania called the Crooked Forest. All of them abruptly bend northward at a point slightly above the ground, then slant across for 3 to 9 feet before reverting to their original upright positions. How or why this is happening is unknown. The reason the trees had curled trunks surrounded by a forest of seemingly undamaged trees is not well explained by the theory that early in the tree's growth, severe winds from a snowfall bent the trees. Some claim that the wood was purposefully molded by people so that it could be used to make furniture or boats later on. If that is the case, however, it is not documented in any known records, and the instruments or regional methods that were employed to produce such unusual tree growth are still nowhere to be found. This confusing area of forest is still officially unknown as of right now. Comment below with what you believe might have caused it. Magnetic Island, 5 miles off the shores of Townsville, Australia, is home to many natural wonders and strange occurrences in addition to its abundance of natural beauty. Captain James Cook, a British explorer, gave Magnetic Island its unusual name in 1770 after he said that a perplexing magnetic pool coming from the island started interfering with his ship's compass. Even though there has never been another official observation of this mysterious magnetic anomaly, there are still at least 20 decaying shipwrecks scattered along the island's borders. Many have dubbed Magnetic Island Australia's own Bermuda Triangle because of its marine graveyard. A massive, unnamed sea creature like the Loch Ness Monster has been sighted numerous times, which contributes to the mystery surrounding Magnetic Island. While it's a wild notion that the fabled Nessie might assault ships on Magnetic Island while enjoying a sunny getaway from the Scottish Highlands, it turns out that there may not be much supernatural going on at this seaside cemetery. While some shipwrecks were caused by cyclones, in actuality, humans purposefully sank a number of them to break up powerful ocean waves that were approaching the island's beach. Similar explanations for sightings of the Loch Ness Monster-like creature include floating branches or debris from shipwrecks. Additionally, since members of the odd oarfish species naturally inhabit Australia's east coast, it is easy to imagine how one such specimen may have been mistaken for something supernatural. Skinwalker Ranch. Skinwalker Ranch is a 512-acre real estate nightmare nestled among the meadows of northeastern Utah. Terry and Gwen Sherman bought this grotesque ranch in 1994, but after a claimed paranormal frenzy, they were forced to leave their property after just 18 months. They claimed to have seen innumerable UFOs and heard voices that didn't sound human and spoke strange tongues. Their animals would disappear out of nowhere or have their insides surgically removed for no apparent reason. Terry Sherman even goes so far as to say he saw a wolf that was 3 times larger than average, with glowing red eyes, and was bulletproof. Superstitious people speculated that this enigmatic being was a skinwalker from Native American stories, which is how Skinwalker Ranch got its name. Indeed, the surrounding area of the ranch was supposedly haunted by these shape-shifting demons because of a curse the Navajo tribe placed in the middle of the 1800s. Online theorists provide a similar otherworldly explanation, believing that the ranch is studded with interdimensional gateways that allow extraterrestrial entities to come over and wreak havoc in our reality. However, critics argue that the Shermans most likely made up all of the terrifying incidents. Before the Shermans moved in, the ranch had no notable anomalies for at least 60 years, and very little trustworthy information in this regard has been acquired since. Alternatively, the events can be an illustration of a collective hallucination. Throughout history, there have been multiple instances of this delusion phenomena reported globally, where psychotic episodes and hallucinations spread throughout isolated groups, almost like a psychological virus. It is possible to some extent, but the real reason can be based on unproven theories, or perhaps the peculiar geology that some people believe exists beneath the ranch and contributes to a range of unexplained electromagnetic occurrences. Are there any places you know of that are more chilling than any of these? Let us know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.